Hello everybody, PuZZlePieceZ back, and we are with an acolyte who is kind of like a Constantine supernatural guy who saved kids from an ice cream truck. That's the best way I could sum it up. So we're here with the parents and they're thanking us, and we just moved our hood.
After having been gone for
Oh.
2 months, I could really use a job.
Okay. Oh, okay, so that was it. Maybe that was, Andy from the other story. That would have been very interesting. Yeah, because that's who that was there. Alright, so let's get into the other story here. I think this is the last story, or volume 1. So there's probably other stories. Okay, Perceptions of the Dead. Tyrone has made it his business to help solve the troubles of those afflicted by the undead, but what seems like a case of beacon haunting, may find him risking more than his life by his very soul. Okay, sure. Let's get right into it. Perceptions of the Dead, story number 3.
I'll be the first to admit, there's
It
something a
is
little
the
sad
same
about
guy.
watching a pirated copy of the original Star Wars trilogy. It's been out for as long as I've been alive. You'd think I'd own a legal copy by now. But really, where can you find a legal copy nowadays where Greedo shoots first?
Yeah.
Nowhere. It's a sad fact of life. I pull another chip from the bag and munch as quietly as I can. I have the volume way down so I can hear the rest of the house easily. The crunching of the chip is almost loud enough to drown out Han's rant about the Falcon's speed. My eyes dart up to the girl on the ceiling.
Because there's just a random girl on the ceiling.
She's still staring, wide-eyed, her pupils dilated, and her claws clicking rhythmically at her sides while she sits watching me. I pull out my phone and snap another picture of her, checking to make sure the screen stays empty. It does, and I slide the device back into my pocket.
Okay, so it's a ghost.
The owners of the house had been right. They had a ghost, but it was a harmless haunt, incapable of manifestation. The creepiest thing she had done was stand at the end of the hallway and watch me watch TV with their amazing sound system. She clicks at me and I hush her, as though it wasn't already hard enough to hear. She doesn't respond, and I regret not downloading a version with subtitles. I've been here for almost a week. So far, only Little Miss Claus has shown up, and it hadn't been hard to identify her. She's the ghost of a girl who had suffered from an acute case of depression and took her own life.
With probably razor or scissors. Yep, scissors.
Apparently, she did the deed with a pair of scissors, which explains the increasingly annoying clicking scissor claws. Her family had sold the house after the loss of their only daughter. It eventually ended up in the hands of the current owners, the ones who had hired me.
Okay.
Their descriptions of the haunt had pretty much been a dead ringer of the girl. They had, of course, complained of cold spots and objects disappearing and reappearing elsewhere, but odds were high that they were misplacing their own stuff and giving themselves the chills. Same way any scary movie can. For the chills, I mean.
Okay, so this, they said that his name was Tyrone, but, it's the same kind of voice as Andy, so...
Good old-fashioned forgetfulness explains the moving stuff. The girl keeps at her clicking. Her bloodied claws are writhing as she stares, sitting on the ceiling as though she had chosen to break a few laws, starting with gravity.
Talk to the ghost.
Answer me a question, ghost girl. Why does everyone who's dead seem to have black hair? I mean, really? Do gingers actually lack a soul or something? Before she has a chance to answer my question, a knock comes from the door.
Aw.
I swear to... Someone called the cops on me again. I'm gonna give them a goddamn reason to. I'm not an effing squatter. I was hired to be here. I free myself from the ensnarement of the amazing plush furniture and trudge to the door, muttering nonsense the whole way. Throwing it open, I find someone new.
You're still here.
Neighbor girl.
Yes, I am. I'm still working. Well, not right now, actually. I'm taking a break while some things are settling. And, you are?
You know, most of the other neighbors think you're a squatter.
I grimace. Yeah, I know. I've had to talk to the police twice already.
What are you even working on? I thought that they were done with renovations months ago.
The owners
Why?
reported some odd noises. Creaking, groaning, rattling. The kind of noises you don't want to be hearing in a newly renovated home. The thing is, their contractors haven't been able to identify the source or even replicate the issue when on site. I do construction. I'm in between jobs right now, so they're hiring me to stay here until the issue occurs and use my expertise to identify and resolve the problem.
That's pretty... Like, it's not really much of a lie except for the construction part, but yeah, he's pretty bang on.
That sounded pretty believable.
Yeah.
Not to mention oddly close to the truth.
Exactly!
It'd have been enough for the police both times before, after all. Well, that and a Skype chat with the actual owners.
That makes sense. So, what, you're sleeping on the floor waiting for the noises they were reporting?
I don't have to sleep on the floor, considering it's fully furnished.
You don't think it could be the ghost that's rumored to haunt this place?
I force a snicker, and she immediately flushes. Yeah, I'm not the superstitious type.
Lie.
Everyone knows ghosts aren't real. Everyone was wrong, of course. But I wasn't going to admit that right now.
Look, I didn't...
Though if it's a long-standing rumor, it might have been something to do with the foundation. Do you know how long this building's been haunted?
Haunted, quotation marks.
She flushed further and bit her lip. What was she doing here? An amateur hour ghost hunter, maybe?
Probably.
I don't know. At least 10 years. That's when my family first moved in over there.
That's my house.
She points to what was, more or less, a mansion across the street and a few houses down. Not that any of the other houses were less impressive. This was kind of a high-end neighborhood, which was a large part of the reason I had met law enforcement twice already.
Yeah.
I suppose I'll have to go back at it again with my level. See if I can find anywhere that may hide a seam in the foundation.
Do you need help?
She's trying to get in on this.
Okay, seriously, what was her deal?
She
No,
likes
I've got
you.
it just fine.
Oh, okay. Well, it was nice to meet you.
You too, kid.
Oh, don't call her a kid. She likes you.
She stands there watching with the eyes of a puppy as I close the door on her. I look back to the clicking ghost on the ceiling and realize that I got more heebie-jeebies from talking to that girl than I did watching movies with a ghost hanging above my head.
That's
I
funny.
nearly jump out of my skin as my phone goes off.
Oh,
The ringtone
jeez.
clearly indicates it's to my work number.
That's an interesting
Looks like I have another
ringtone.
job after this one, Snippy. She clicks the same
Snippy.
as she had before, unresponsive to my attempts to converse with her. Which is a good thing. It means she's a passive hunt. No need to gank her. She'll fade naturally.
Okay.
I answer my phone and wait for the words. There's a moment of silence.
Is this the boy in the Dylan's house?
I recognize the voice immediately.
Yeah.
I hang up.
She's gonna call you again.
Her knock call is not a moment after.
I heard your phone ring. You answered at exactly the same time.
Maybe she had gotten my number somewhere, caller ID or something in the house. Maybe she didn't realize the significance. How did you get my number?
Well, way to maintain an air of mystery.
Huh?
Aren't you supposed to have some line like la la photogin or something?
Okay, how do you know that?
No, the caller is supposed to say that. Fuck. Did I just say that?
Yeah, you just gave yourself away, pal.
Oh. Oh.
An awkward pause hung itself, much like I was thinking about.
Can I come in? It feels odd to talk about this kind of stuff on the other side of the door when you're right there.
I grimace and let her in. How did you get my number?
I read about it on 4chan.
Okay,
It was
4chan.
you until just now, though. I had my suspicions from the moment you arrived.
4chan, really?
Someone posted my number on 4chan?
Apparently.
You're nothing like I imagined from the urban legends, though.
What, were you not expecting a black guy?
Well, I was expecting someone tall and dark, so I suppose I was right in a sense.
Okay, so she's a fangirl.
Oh, that's brave. A race joke.
Why are you making it about that?
'Cause it is always about that.
Because I'm hoping it makes you feel uncomfortable and you'll leave.
Oh, that too.
So, is it true? Is anything here?
I almost turned to check on the girl in the ceiling, but maintained my gaze. Nothing that the tenants have to worry about, it would seem.
That's an evasive answer.
Will you leave if I give you some information?
Yes. Well, maybe. It depends on what you tell me.
What is her angle?
I'd figured as much. I'm a spiritualist. I work for
Okay.
folks who think they have ghosts. I flip up my hood.
Oh, good. Now you put your hood up.
With the appropriate ambience, I strike a much more intimidating character. The girl's face paled a little.
Yeah.
No kidding.
The hood is actually one I stole from the body of a serial killer.
Oh!
His psychic residue left it with an aura of violence that would invoke fear. It's a long story. What more would you know?
Are they real?
Yes, but they're so rare, you will never encounter one in your entire life. It was a half-truth. She wouldn't. She didn't have the spiritual perception. The lie lay in the rarity, as advertised by the clicking of the girl on the ceiling.
Oh.
Disappointment. Good. It shouldn't take much to push her towards boredom and a departure. She looks around the house, the disappointment slowly spreading to her face.
So there's no...
Why does she stop? I follow her gaze to the girl on the ceiling.
Oh, she could see her.
The clicks grew louder. The ghost stood up in a violent convulsion.
Oh.
Oh no. She could see it, and it hurt. All at once, it rushed her, claws sweeping wildly as its seizure-like movements brought it closer. Fear had taken the girl's voice. Should I kill it? No, it's harmless to almost everyone. There's only one thing to do. I roar.
You roar? Okay.
I feel my body start to crumble. I always feel like this when I roar. To tell the truth, I still don't even know what I'm really doing. But I can feel myself die, just a little.
Wow, okay.
And let's just say when I actually die, I'm gonna be a handful of a haunt for my successor. The girl on the ceiling stops in her tracks. A moment of pause and she retreats, sitting back above the TV where she had watched me earlier. I let out a breath as my soul snaps back into place.
Okay. That makes more
Behind
sense.
me, I hear desperate gasping. Great, maybe a panic attack will scare her off. Slowly she raises her arm. I follow the finger. It's not pointing at the girl on the roof.
Oh, there's someone new here.
There's someone out there.
I turn to the glazed glass door. Pressed flush against the
Oh.
glass is a face without features and hands with fingers too long. For the first time in years, I felt my blood run cold. No.
What's wrong?
Yeah.
Her voice is still panicked.
Scream again! Make it go away!
I try to speak, but my voice catches in my throat as its hand glides smoothly to the doorknob, and the handle begins to turn. I lunge to turn the deadbolt.
What's wrong? What is it?
I think it's something he can't handle.
Why can't I speak?
I don't know.
Scream again!
The handle stops rattling. The form steps away from the door, fading into obscurity of the frosted glass.
Uh-oh.
No.
No, what?
She was in shock. It was a defense mechanism.
You're in shock too.
I wish I could easily overcome my fear with it. We need to figure out a way to escape. I had grown complacent. Even the most violent specter I'd encountered as of late had never actually threatened my life.
That one threatened your life?
Why? Can't you deal with it? Why are you scared of it and not the woman with bladed hands?
That's the thing outside. I call it a slender.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if there's more than one even.
Well, there's Slender Man.
Slender? You call him Slender? Like Slender Man?
Yeah, see, she gets it.
I nod, watching for movement outside the door. The last one.
Okay, so it's a Slender Man.
I wince just thinking about it. I've only ever met someone like me once. It killed them.
Okay.
It doesn't obey any of the rules. In the distance of the back of the house, I hear a rattle. and then a slow, deafening.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, so this is getting interesting. So, do stay tuned. I'm definitely going to find out what is happening with the story. So, do stay tuned, as I've said already. This is PuZZlePieceZ signing off.